Hi, it's Friday, 12 noon, and that means Friday fish and chips at will. In this video, I'm going to be talking about one remarkable thing. Okay, so I kind of left you hanging there, right? One remarkable thing. And so you're probably thinking, what's the remarkable thing he's going to be talking about? Well, it's not actually a thing. What I'm going to talk about in this vlog or vlog is the concept of one remarkable thing. Let me explain. For a long time now, and I even have some web pages about this, I had this kind of idea in my head, and particularly now that I'm getting older, and reflecting on my life and the things I've done, I have this thought in my head that I would like to do one remarkable thing. I would like to do one remarkable thing. It's kind of funny, and I'm not sure where that comes from. I don't know if that's ego or something, but I feel like I want to do just one remarkable thing. Now, I've done a lot of things in my life, as everyone has, right? But I consider nothing to be remarkable, right? And so I guess you could put it on my bucket list to accomplish one remarkable thing. And this goes counter to a lot of the philosophy. This kind of goes counter to a lot of the philosophy I've had in my earlier vlogs that I've talked about, in that I really don't focus particularly on one thing. Right? It's the Renaissance man concept, I guess you could say, right? I don't really specialize. I have a lot of pursuits and a lot of interests and a lot of stuff that I do, and hobbies that I pursue, and all this stuff. So in order to accomplish one remarkable thing, I'm thinking, you need to focus. You need to have that single-mindedness of drive to accomplish it. And then, I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about the one remarkable thing concept, and something occurred to me where I said, well, first of all, you have to define what remarkable is. And you say, hey, so listen, I'm going to build a castle. I'm going to, design the next cell phone. Going to do a painting or a musical piece, or you name it. There's a zillion of them, right? And I thought to myself, you know what? Those are not very, while tangible, those are not really very, they don't quite, they are temporary. Those things are temporary. And what I mean by that is, in the course of, now I'm going to get a little philosophical here, but in the course of human history, right, the only real consistent thing is humans. We have this bloodline that we've all followed, and we're all a successful product of that bloodline that's gone on since the beginning of time, I guess you could say, to use the phrase, the beginning of time. So, human beings are the thing. We're like this thread that continues on through time. And any remarkable thing that you do or make is temporary and almost ethereal. Won't last. Doesn't last. And so I guess you could say the thing that lasts is the thread of humanity that flows through us all, right? I know that's kind of an odd thing to say. But, there's some truth in it.
Yeah, camera.
Of all the billions of people who have followed the line of humanity throughout time, they've all come and gone. And the things they've done, for the most part, have come and gone. A few things remain. Some things will last longer than others. And, and maybe some of those things, I guess you could say, are remarkable, but for the most part, it's unremarkable. all these things that we do as human beings, we're like little bees, in our hives, and always this and that and that and this, and the definition of remarkable changes over the course of, it changes from country to country and from decade to decade and century to century and eon to eon, right? So it got me thinking about what could I do that actually is remarkable, and there's almost like it's almost like not a relativism to it. What's an absolutism to it? How can you boil it down to absolutely be remarkable without just being remarkable in a relative way? Like, for instance, now, and this is, I guess this metaphor works, but because relativism isn't necessarily a good way to judge remarkable. For instance, everyone in the world earns $1 million and somebody earns $50 million. And I hate to use that metaphor, but it's very cleanly shows what I mean. But so what? I guess you could say, relatively speaking, that was remarkable, right? Or if everyone in the world builds a building that's 10 stories high, somebody comes along and builds one that's 11, I guess that's remarkable. But that's all relativistic. Where's the absolutism in it? How can we be absolutely sure of doing something remarkable? And then it kind of, the thought struck me, and it kind of fits in with my life too, because, and I don't think this is a compromise. I think there's some truth in this, in that, and based on particularly the fact that I do a lot of different things, I don't have a single-minded focus on any one particular subject or any one accomplishment or goal, right? Is what I'm doing is I'm building this tapestry of various things, pursuits, ideas, projects, traditional goals. And in doing all of that, what I'm actually trying to accomplish is to make myself remarkable. So, now that sounds like an aggrandizement, but let me phrase it a different way. And when it all comes down to it, in an absolute thing, absolute sense, about the only real thing you can do that could truly be considered remarkable is what you've built with your life, or what kind of person you are. What are the qualities and traits and characteristics that you have? How is it that you interact with other people? How is it that you adjust to your environment? What do you contribute? How do you add to that? And I started out this talk earlier by talking about that thread of humanity that goes through us all, and we're all the end product of that, the current product of that. And so it's a stream. Humanity is this stream of lives, and we currently possess the life right now. We're in the stream at the current moment, and we need to serve that by being remarkable. And that's, I think, what really counts. It isn't about the books you write or the songs you sing or the buildings you build or the money you make or the accomplishments you have, the degrees, the things and all of that. It isn't about any of those things, but yet it is about all of those things, right? Because it is about what you make of yourself in terms of being a human being. And so I think that struck me to say, the one remarkable thing is me. Well, and I don't mean I am remarkable. Because I'm pretty average in a lot of ways and a little bit different in other ways, right? But that's what I can do if I want to do one remarkable thing, is to mold myself into something special, something, that serves the stream of humanity in a way that's good and positive. And I like that. And I think you should do the same thing. I think, it's hard to look at yourself, but look at yourself and say, how do I become more remarkable? And, how do you define it? And then how do you pursue it? To make yourself a better person, to better serve humanity, to better serve your people, to better interact with the people in your circle or outside of your circle, to be a better person. So then, I like that, the whole one remarkable thing. And this isn't actually it's something that I've thought about a lot. And my thinking changed quite a bit lately about that because of that. Because it's, finding the definition. You have to find the definition of something before you can actually, go at it. If you don't know what it is, you can't really clearly get it. So I think that's important. All right, short talk. What are we at? We're about 10, 11 minutes here. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. You can send me an email if you want. I appreciate very much. Appreciate you listening to my vlog. It's an interesting and weird little thing to do something like this. But it's a bit of a sharing, I guess. It's part of my growth, I guess you could say, is to try to understand the things that are important to me and share them with you. And it can go both ways too. Feel free to leave long comments if you want that you think might contribute to this discussion. Feel free to send me an email, ask me questions. I'm pretty sure I respond to all emails, and with the YouTube channel and the website, I get somewhere around, well, depending on the season, right, a couple of million web visitors a month, which is a lot, I think. Well, for one guy, it's a lot, I guess. So I do get a lot of email. Of course, that's natural, right? But and I'm pretty sure I respond to all of them. I don't miss very few. I miss very few of them, although it takes me time. It takes me time to get through that stuff, but it's important to me. So you can send me an email. That's what I'm saying. If you have a plan for making yourself more remarkable, I'd love to hear it, because I think part of it is individual, right? Everyone's plan would be different. That's kind of a given. We don't all have the same idea of what remarkable is. If you're a subscriber, thanks for that. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. It doesn't cost anything, right, to subscribe and kind of keep updated. Watching one video or listening to one video does not give you a good sense for what I do here on the YouTube channel. I have a lot of stuff, and I cover a lot of different subjects. And I guess the overriding theme is creativity, right? I tend to try to tease out creativity in the various things that I do. So that's it. Thank you.